about which order we go in?
I don't care, Judge. I've got wide.
Okay.
That's my case too.
Well, since you're the only two lawyers I have on here, I guess we ought to do that one. I don't know who's got the other one.
I don't remember.
Zanda represents Jason Taylor. We had gone back and forth on some emails yesterday and negotiating the case. I don't know that we have a resolution. She didn't have an opportunity to talk to him until, or yesterday. She wasn't going to until today. And I said, maybe we need to move the hearing in hopes that, Monday we might have a resolution in the case, if that would be okay with you, Judge.
Oh, that's okay with me. I just want to make sure that that's what we were, that everybody was on board with that. If that's,
yeah, I don't know if she's intending to appear or not.
All right.
I never got really a final answer, but I guess if she's not on here, that's what I would assume, is that maybe she just thought we'd move it.
What I might do is, while we're doing Mr. Wide, if Denise could text her and make sure that the idea, Denise, I think Ms. Gardner's idea was that there was going to be an agreement to put him on Monday morning. If that's not the case, you can let us know, or Ms. Myers can get on here. But if that is the case, that's fine with me, because it might be we might resolve it.
Okay.
All right, Miss Bonnie, can we get Mr. Wide and Ms. Gardner? Who do you plan to call?
Julie Atkins.
Miss Adkins is on the call. Miss Adkins, would you raise your right hand, please? I was going to say you're on mute, but you took it off. Do you swear or affirm that your testimony will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes, sir, I do.
All right. Thank you, Miss Gardner. Go ahead.
Miss Atkins, you are with the U-Turn program, correct?
I am, yes.
And have you been supervising Randy Wide on his bond, or for his bond conditions?
Yes.
Have you been regularly drug testing him?
We've attempted to. We began drug testing him 12/21/20, and we attempted several times since then. Yes.
Has he ever reported to you for a drug screen?
He on 1/28, excuse me, 1/28/21, we did call Mr. Wide for a drug test, and when he came in initially, he lives in Bowling Green. So we made arrangements with him to test with In Vivo Health down there, where we actually buy our.
I'm sorry, Julie, I'm having a hard time hearing you.
Yeah, Julie, we can't hear you very well.
Can you, I'm at home.
Can you get closer to your mic?
Can you hear me better, Judge?
That's much better.
Okay. But we arranged for him, and initially when we first met with him, to test at In Vivo Health down in Bowling Green, because he lives in Bowling Green, and then just fax us the results by midnight of the night of the day that we asked him to test. He did that on January 28, 2021, and that test was clean. We again called him March the 1st. He was a no-show that date.
Was he going to be testing in Bowling Green that day as well?
Well, we never got to, yes. We gave him the option of testing in Bowling Green or coming to Glasgow, whichever worked best for him. It was, that part didn't matter to us. He called the office that day at about 2:30 and said he had just gotten the message, which was not an issue for us. I mean, he could still go over there and test. He had till midnight to fax it to us, or to come to Glasgow. It was 2:30 in the afternoon. We don't close till 4, but he was a no-show that date.
Okay.
Again, we called him on March the 4th. He was a no-show that date, and that's on March the 5th, we filed the violation. Typically after 2 missed tests, I will file that.
Okay. Was January 28th, was that the first time you requested a drug test?
It was, yes. Yes, it was.
After March the 4th, your report said that you had left a voicemail message. Did Mr. Wide try to get in touch with you at all after that?
On what? On any date after that? When we
after the last time you asked him to submit to a test. You said you left a voicemail on March the 4th.
On March the 1st, we have two numbers for him. We left a voicemail. He called at 3 that day. When he called that day at 2:30, he did provide a new phone number, but we knew he'd gotten a message to test because he called the office. And on March the 4th, we could not get the call to go through at the 904 number that he gave us, but we were able to leave a voicemail message on the 599 number that he left us. So we were able to leave a voicemail message for him on March the 4th.
Do you know whose phone number that second number was?
Let me look. The 904 number is his sister's house phone.
And do you know, was he residing with his sister?
Yes, that's what he told us.
I have no further questions, Judge.
Mr. Berry, do you have any questions?
Yeah, just real quick, Ms. Atkins, do you know for sure if Randy got these messages on 3-1, 3-4?
I know he did on 3-1. On 3-4, I'm not certain. He was just a no-show.
Okay.
No response.
All right. Has he been working during this time, if you know?
I'm not certain about that.
Okay. All right. That's all the questions I have for Ms. Atkins.
All right, any redirect?
No, Judge.
Okay, is that the proof for the Commonwealth?
It is.
Mr. Berry, any proof that you are going to offer?
I would rather not have Randy testify due to these pending charges. Just argue on this. That it's up to Randy if he wants to testify. My advice would be not to. But.
Mr. Wyde, you heard what Mr. Berry said. Do you wish to give testimony or do you wish to remain silent, which is your constitutional right to do?
If he thinks I should be silent, then I should be silent, sir.
Okay, that is his advice to you. And I might admit, it's also refreshing to see somebody listen to their attorney.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a rare thing.
All right. It's not like they go to law school and practice for 35 years just to be able to have enough experience to give people advice or anything. Mr. Berry, do you wish to make an argument, sir?
I do, Judge. This is a bond motion, of course. He does have the 2 missed drug tests. He does have the one that he went and had on January 28th, and it came back negative. And I know that always raises concerns when they don't show up. Are they afraid of testing positive, or did they just not get a message, or did they just not able to get there? I believe Randy's been working during this time. I don't know if that would have caused him to not be able to do it. I realize there's really no excuse, but that may be possibly what got in his way here. He's been in jail since January the 9th on this. We would ask the court to sanction him for the days that he served, allow him back out on his bond. I don't believe there's been any other violations while he's been on his bond as far as breaking the law or any other of his bond conditions. So I would ask the court to give him a sanction for these days and allow him back out.
Ms. Gardner, and before you do, you might have just misspoken. He got arrested on March the 9th and not January the 9th. But
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant
yeah, and I did not think that you actually meant that. I think it was just, I think you just misspoke, but I just wanted to clarify that for the record. Ms. Gardner?
Your Honor, I think considering the circumstances, and this may seem rare for me to say, but the Commonwealth is very concerned that he didn't report for drug screens because the underlying offense involved heavy drug use by Mr. Wyde. However, he did have that one clean test. He did have those 2 missed tests. I think we'd be satisfied with a sanction, maybe a 20-day sanction from the date of arrest, and give him one more opportunity. But I can't say that I would agree to a sanction next time if he failed to report for a drug screen when he was called.
I understand. And I think that, you know, it's an appropriate thing to do to discuss a sanction for Mr. Wide. And here's why. First off, just to make a couple of observations, and I'll be brief. And Miss Atkins, I know you've got to go, so I'll be as brief as I can, but he's, you know, we wouldn't always do drug testing or random drug screening on a case that was not primarily drug related. Although in this case, the allegations of criminal abuse and wanton endangerment first degree, as Ms. Gardner pointed out, stem from allegations that there was repeated illegal drug use in front of children that he was responsible for, and that it exposed those children to risk or danger. Whether those allegations are true or not is not for this hearing. It's what the allegations are. I do think that it's beneficial that he did have a clean drug screen. I don't know if the problem is that he, you know, as far as we knew, his address was here in Berrien County, and I did not know that he had moved. So before we get off of here, we're going to have to fix that. I do think that, clearly he knew that U-Turn was supposed to contact him, and he had made himself available for being contacted. And then all of a sudden, when you're not available, it's typically difficult for the court to ascribe that to a mistake or, just I didn't know or whatever, because you did know. And so that's why it's not inappropriate for a warrant to be issued or a hearing to be held, right? But at the end of the day, it does seem like Ms. Gardner, I agree with her and Mr. Berry both that I think that, it would be important to give you a sanction to impress upon you how important it is for you to stay in contact with these people when they call you to get a test. I mean, even in this situation, they tried to make it easier by letting you test somewhere closer to home. And, the only thing shy of, they can't urinate in a bottle for you, but other than that, they've tried to make it as easy on you as they can. So, you're going to have to do the rest of it.
Yes, sir. I got a cell phone now, so I bought it 2 days before I got arrested. So,
do you have at your fingertips your cell phone number that you can give us?
Not right offhand. I don't remember. Like I said, I just bought it 2 days before.
That's fine. That's fine. Do you know your address?
It's 2024 Thoroughbred Drive, apartment 60, Bowling Green.
Apartment 60, like 60?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right, Miss Adkins. Well, let me ask Bonnie. Bonnie, do you have a number that you can give him to call Miss Adkins when he gets out, or do we need to write that down?
I've got it, Judge.
All right. So, Mr. Wide, what I want you to do is call that office as soon as you get out. I'm gonna sanction you, and Miss Gardner, I think that a 20-day sanction is fair under the circumstances. I mean, I know you did a big chunk of time in jail prior to getting released on bond the first time, but I've got to make it clear to you how significant it is that you follow your bond conditions. Okay. So what we'll do is I will give you a 20-day sanction as suggested by the Commonwealth. That'll be putting you out probably on, you got arrested on what day did we find out again? The 9th. So that'll probably be putting you out on Sunday. So you'll need to call the U-Turn office, the first business day that you get out. I haven't calculated it, but it'll probably be Sunday. So that means you'll call them on Monday. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you give them your phone number and verify your address. And if you have any alternate phone numbers, and that way we'll get it all cleared up. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Do you have any questions?
No, sir. No.
As of right now, and I'm going to reiterate this with jail so that they can put this on there. We will reinstate your bond as of that 20-day sanction, and your future court date is May the 10th at 1:00.
Yes, sir.
All right. You need to call your attorney before then and talk with him. Okay.
Yes, sir. I will.
All right, Mr. Wide, do you have any questions?
No, sir. I don't.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. Myers, Julie, hang on for just a minute if you don't.
Okay,
I warned Judge Pendleton that you might be a second late, so he said
I
that he
did
would,
too.
yeah, he said that he would probably only give you a weekend in jail for
There
contempt.
we go. It's,
Yeah.
it's a vacation.
Ms. Myers, Ms. Gardner was thinking that maybe we were going to put Mr. Taylor over to Monday, but I'd like to hear it from you if that's what we're going to do.
That's correct, Your Honor. We've had some settlement negotiations back and forth, and I wanted a chance to go and meet with Jason in person again to go over the newest status of the negotiations. So I was going to ask that we move this hearing until Monday because we may be able to resolve the whole case.
All right, Julie, you're free to go, and we'll do
Thank
10
you, sir.
o'clock on, thank you. We'll do 10 o'clock a.m. on Monday, okay?
Okay.
All right, that's all I got for 8:30.
Okay.
We will see you